weather forecast today?
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but I get away. Feels like it's been a freaking...
Welcome back to Contracts and Cocktails. I'm Kellie Bowling.
I'm Carolyn Smith. We're with the Coastal Estate team.
And today we're going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence. So everybody's, the ChatGPT is like the rage right now.
Yes.
And all the things that it can do. And we wanted to share a little bit about like what I'm using it for, we are using it for in real estate.
Yes.
And maybe some ways that you can use it in like your day-to-day or your kids can use it. And some things you should be cautious of when using it.
Yeah. And so I remember... It wasn't that long ago, a few months ago, I saw this girl post about ChatGPT. She was like a doctor or something. She's like, it wrote my whole like paper that she had to present at a conference or something. And I think I sent it to you and I go, have you heard of this ChatGPT? Is this real? I didn't know if it was like a fake thing or whatever. Right. And I think I sent it to you and you were like, no, not, it was so new.
It was very new.
So in that time, in that short period of time from when I saw that to now, it's like, everywhere.
Everybody knows about it.
Yes. Everyone knows
and everybody's
about
downloaded it. And now there's the new Google Bard, which is its competitor.
Yes.
And we'll talk a little bit about that too.
Yeah.
But like as far as what we're using it for, I found out that you can just kind of say, write me a listing narrative for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house located in blank neighborhood that has like these 3 features. Like it has a new roof, a swimming pool, and a fenced-in yard or something like that. And let me tell you, it gets very verbose with those.
It does. We have to shorten them down.
We do. I should probably say I only have 800 characters or less.
You should say that.
Well, we would be smarter if we did.
Yes.
So you can tell it that I need you to keep it short and concise. But we're using it for that. It also can give us ideas. We're like, hey, give me 3 topics that I can post about on social media or 3 TikTok video topics that I can do about real estate or whatever. And it'll give you a whole list, which I think is really cool. So
yeah, I think that, so what's interesting is I was seeing another, kind of tutorial on using, and they said the more information, it's not really like thinking. So the more information you give it, the better your output from it.
Yes.
So like the more concise you can be, like just telling it, I only can have 800 characters so that we don't have to cut it down. And you don't think about it that way because we've never had AI before.
You can even have it like reword like our bios. Like you can type, like enter your whole bio in there and say, write this, but better. And essentially, and it kicks something different out to you. And you're like, wow, that does sound better.
I need to do that because mine needs some.
Yeah, I did that with mine recently.
Yeah, was it better?
I feel like it was better.
Okay.
Yeah, it was better.
I need to put mine in there.
Maybe I'll just try that every now and again as it gets smarter. This AI of mine, it gets a bigger brain in there.
Soon we'll be like laying in our bed. Go show that house for me. Go do, Well,
that thing I sent you for summer, it was about like the things that can help with writing papers because she's about to go to college.
Yes.
And it said that like ChatGPT was on there and it said this would be considered cheating. So don't do that. So don't let it write a paper for you if you're a student having to write a paper for an assignment that's going to be graded because it's probably going to get kicked back by those
yeah, they have testers or something that they run them
like
through.
A software kind
it's
of
another
thing.
AI. It's another AI
What's
that
word?
checks.
I'm thinking of that word where you cheat.
Plagiarism?
That's the word. I knew it started with a P. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, they run them through those detectors so that, can they tell if it is or
but
it
isn't.
But
it is good because like I just had to read one of Jagger's papers, which it was about like nuclear something. I don't know. I had to read it for typos and things like that. And which would be nice, actually. I wonder if you can you may not be able to use it now, but can it like proofread for you? Like, do you have a period where you should have a comma, or is that a run-on sentence?
I think that's Grammarly. That's what you use Grammarly for, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, they do say just to be careful because it doesn't always give accurate information. So you might ask it to do things for you, like make calculations or something like that, or give you stuff that's maybe law, and it may not always be accurate, so you should always double check.
I think it only goes back, because I asked it something not too long ago, and it said something like, I can't like my real life data is only through like 2020 or 2021. Like it's not up to date.
Interesting.
So it can't give you real life data of anything like statistics. I think I wanted the statistics, home sale statistics for a certain area. That's what I asked. What was the price increase from like 2020 to today? Yeah. So I asked that and it said it could not give that to me.
Well, at least it told you that it couldn't. That's interesting.
Yeah. It said it didn't have real life data past like 2020 or 2021. Yeah. So there are limitations.
Yeah. Well, speaking of limitations, so there's all the, if you look at TikTok or social media and you'll see people that are getting their headshots done by AI.
Oh, yeah.
So you just upload some selfies and make sure that it, your face, you don't have sunglasses on, no hat on. There's various different providers of the service at different price points. I think I ran mine through a couple different ones just to see comparison of like how good is the service.
Yes.
So the first one was not bad. It was through studioshot.ai. I thought they were okay. Yeah. Now there was some that were a little crazy, like some Mrs. President, Madam President. Hairstyles happening. But
you look like George Washington, but other than that, it was great.
Strange hairstyles.
Not even Martha.
I know, right? I got to try on like different hairstyles and different outfits and things like that, like from here up, So that was interesting. And that was, I think, like maybe $20 or $30. And you got like 100 photos.
Which is crazy.
And I think there was like 2 good ones in there. So to be fair.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let's try it through this other one. Somebody on TikTok had commented, try this one. And I cannot remember the name, which is probably better because then I won't say anything negative directly about it. But those were not good. No. They were not good at all. And I've seen some really funny ones posted where I was telling you this morning, this girl had like a third arm. So she was like folding her arms, but there was a whole nother arm coming off of the arm over there. And then in another picture, she had 10 fingers. Photoshop. Yeah, it was really bad Photoshop, like so bad. And people, there's been a whole chain of them coming through and they're like, does everybody have crossed eyes in theirs or just me? And like every single one, her eyes were literally crossed. And she's like, I am not cross-eyed. So it's not a thing that I have. I thought that was super interesting. They do make you look
young. Like they didn't make you look younger, but there's some I've seen where they look like 10, 15 years younger.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can do that with like a Photoshop or a filter or something like that too. But I thought it almost doesn't look like the person anymore.
Right. You want it to remotely look a little bit like you. So if you're interested to see what mine look like, just go check out my profile photo currently because I'm using one. Because I was like, this one's decent. I will use this for now. And we'll just see. And
really
everybody's
good.
like, oh, so pretty. And I'm like, wow, they did a good job because people can't really tell it's fake.
It looks like you.
Well, I think it does.
It is your face, right?
It's my face.
What do? They change the hair and the outfit?
They did something with the hair. They put some makeup on. I don't know. The outfit is not me. And they do nice little backgrounds. You can kind of tell it what theme you want. So then I went back on to the same one. And I was like, okay, I'd seen this woman who did this really bold, dark background theme. And she was a really beautiful black woman. Yeah. And it looked really good with her. So I'm like, I wonder what I look like with that. It was not good. I did not post those. I will not post those. They were bad. They were really bad. If you privately message me, I might share, like just on the down low. But they were so bad. Well, and then there's some that give you like cartoony, like avatar ones, which I don't love those.
Which that's like the filters. So the filters on TikTok, I mean, I have to say, I like filters. I'm not going to lie. I love the filters, and I have not gotten over the fact that Instagram does not have filters. Why does Instagram not have filters?
They have some, but they're not good.
No, they're not good. They're not, no.
They're just not as good with it.
No.
And it's like you can make your own. I don't know how people do it, but they do build their own filters, like in TikTok, where you can create your own. And that was like a Snapchat thing, too. You could make your own filters in Snapchat.
I just steal other people. Well, I don't steal them. They put them out there for us to use. Yeah. But I don't understand why we can't have filters in everything. Can I have filters, I guess?
In real life, just give everybody a set of glasses. It's like, this is the one that will make everybody beautiful.
Zoom needs filters, right? Because Zoom has like, you can blur yourself or something, but like you have to do a Zoom call. I'm like, wouldn't it be nice? You wouldn't have to do makeup or anything.
That'd be great if you just roll out of bed. You know how many people would have, been saved from that? Yes. Like, especially if it would dress you also.
You wear your Snoopy pajamas. And it could have you in a business suit looking very professional with your AI headshot. Could make
your margarita look like a coffee,
No, I'm not sitting on a beach. I'm
at work.
I'm at work in my office. So,
well, there was the thing that they talked about too with AR. So Google's competitor, the Bard. Yes. So that's like the new thing. Everybody that has Gmail probably got an invite, to join, and then you'll get notified when you can. So I did try it out because I was able to get into it with one of my accounts because I sent them to like every account. I'm like, which one is this? But I was watching a clip the other day that said it's not like when you put in a request for information, you're not going to just get Google results like you would get in like your browser. Yeah. Instead, you're getting what one journalist said is like encompassing all human knowledge. So like he tested it with like, give me like the 5 top most inspiring speeches ever made. And it goes back to like, you know, Franklin Roosevelt and like goes back to Martin Luther King and like the speeches they made and like the dates that they were given and the names of the speeches. And like, if you want the full context of the speech,
that would be good for research for a paper,
right?
For college
so it's
or
like,
high school or...
it's actual human knowledge, but it's like if everybody put all their collective knowledge into one bucket, then it's able to produce the results from all of that rather than just like a search engine.
Oh, I used an Encyclopedia Britannica. This is
yes,
like...
me too. We had the whole real set of books.
Yeah,
yes,
books.
my parents spent so much money on those.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to those. Probably became kindling at some point.
I think I passed down to some other lucky child.
It was not me. Danny, do you have those encyclopedias? I need to know. But yeah, so I think that AI is we're going to see lots of other, I think,
and the ideas for starting a business, you and I were talking about that. We've seen a couple people on social media who are like, they want to start a specific kind of business, maybe that, you know, benefits or targets like a woman-based business that targets single mothers or something. Right. And you can put that in AI and it will come back like, how much money you put in there, like how much money do you have to invest? How much time can you work? You know, right. where do you live or where is this business going to be based? And it will come back and tell you these are the best ideas. Right. And I've seen some people put in there, they did that and they started a business and they're like, you can follow along and see how they do, which it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. How do these people do letting AI choose their business form? Right. They can't do any worse than regular, you know.
This is true. This is true.
Like, should I start a restaurant? No.
Probably not. That's a lot of work. Well, you know, so Canva has AI in it now too. Yeah. So we use Canva for like our social media posts and templates and things like that. Yeah. And now they have, so it's kind of like Photoshop for dummies because I don't know how to use Photoshop, but I took a picture of like a new construction house. It's like their generic stock photo they use for that plan in the MLS. And it had like a different house number than the one that I was selling. And I'm like, I don't want that in there. It bugged me. Yeah. So I'm like, we're going to just erase that out of there. And it's something called Magic Eraser in Canva. Yeah. And I just... over there, and guess what? It was gone, but you couldn't tell that I had done anything to it. Like it didn't look like a little blip in the picture. Yeah. And then there was like an ugly piece of dirt next to it because they were building another house, so like the foundation was in, and like the slab was in, but it was just brown and dirty, you know. And I'm like, well, I don't like that. Let's magic eraser that. What will happen? It turned it to grass.
Oh, that's cool.
Beautiful.
Oh, you didn't have to tell it to turn it to grass.
I just hit magic eraser and I was like, what will happen? Well, it took it and made it grass.
That's cool.
It's like it knew what I wanted it to do. And so then they have some other things that like you can take a photo of a person. Maybe they're, you know, they're holding this cup and you can magic eraser that and change it into like a cell phone or a bouquet of flowers. And you can tell it what kind of flowers even. So I thought that was really cool that you can do that in Canva. And it's like for the layperson who doesn't have these great, you know, editing skills.
Or the programs, because you used to have real specialized programs. Yeah. I know that Jen used it, and she must have used that magic eraser because I had a client who has like a really amazing camera, and he had taken fabulous pictures from the balcony of a listing that I have, and fireworks and ships and dolphins in the river and whatever. And he had taken these great pictures. He's like, you can use them, but you have to take my name off. And I'm thinking... because he had his name on there. Yeah. And I didn't know how to do that, but Jen did it, and she did it in Canva. So she must use Magic Eraser. Yeah. Look at her learning new skills while I sit back and learn nothing.
It's really cool, the things you can do. So I'm wondering, like, what will be the next big AI thing? You know?
I wonder what. It's going to read your mind. There's something, and did you see that they said something came out where it was like reading people's minds or thoughts or something? Did you see that?
That's a little creepy. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
I don't feel good about it. No. I don't want it reading my mind.
I don't think anybody wants their mind read because, you know, we all have random thoughts that maybe we shouldn't be having sometimes. So
it's kind of weird, but it is definitely, it's like when you think back in time, like the industrial age and all these different like big changes in the human condition. Like I think AI is going to be, it's going to be something that really changes everything. Yeah. It's not going to just be like how we do business or anything like that. It's going to change how we live, how we function, how we live at home, how we get transported. Like you're going to be able to go in a car and it's going to figure out what's the best way to get there. And you're not going to have to do it on a map. You're just going to plug in your destination. It's going to self-drive you there. Right. It's going to do the whole thing.
Yeah. Everything will eventually be completely hands-off and without us needing to intervene at all, which does that mean it deletes the need for human interaction altogether? Maybe.
I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope I'm around long enough to see some of this. Just stick me around long enough to see some of this. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's it. If you all have any questions on real estate or how we can use AI to help you sell or buy a home, please reach out to us, 321-422-2160 or hello@Coastal Estate Team. We'd love to help.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you next time.
Sunny day.